Well, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to hear some very, very important information that we consider life-changing. You may have heard someone say this is probably the most significant thing they have experienced or heard of in their lifetime with regard to the health industry. My name is Verdita Monk, and I'm your host for tonight. I'm so glad you made it. And somebody probably is just really, glad that you got on this call because they know that the information that you're going to hear could literally change your life. As you're going to hear some people on this call in a few minutes whose lives have been changed. I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself and why I'm here, and then I'll tell you a few things that really catapulted the reason that my husband and I, Harvey Monk, decided to partner with our company, LifeWave. Now, a few months, well, almost 2 years ago, a friend of ours by the name of Ken Robinson contacted us and wanted us to try a patch that you're going to be hearing about tonight. And I'll explain what this patch a little bit later, but he said, this is something you have got to try. And so with us being about to go out of town, it was like, we got to meet him right away. And so my husband met Ken Robinson, and the rest is history, because when we tried that patch that very next night, everything changed for us. And I'm going to share that testimony a little bit later. But we've decided, based on what we've seen, heard on calls like this, and based on the research that's been done on this patch, that we had no choice but to go full-fledged out, just helping everybody and telling everybody that we run into and that we know about this path, because it's just that important. It's just that significant. It's just that phenomenal. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get right on into a presentation that, just really, explains everything for you. Okay. Now, have you been patched? Some of you may have been patched, and, we asked you that question because the whole thing about this whole call is this patch. This patch is the subject of this evening. This patch, the X39 patch. What it does, it elevates copper peptides in our body, which are very important to us, helping our body do some of the things that we wanted to do just to make it in simple terms. But it also turns around when those copper peptides are elevated, the stem cells in our body are reactivated. Why is that important? You see, people are spending thousands and thousands of dollars, anywhere from $5,000 to $100,000, literally. I met a gentleman who spent $100,000 on getting a stem cell injection. Why would someone do that? It's because their bodies have deteriorated so bad. Their body's in a crisis situation. Doctors can't help them at all. And therefore, they will do whatever it takes to get out of pain, to get some type of health situation under control. And I'm going to give you plenty of examples of that as we go through the presentation. But that's why you want to wear the patch, because it eliminates you having to go and get an injection. Why? Let me just elaborate a little bit about a stem cell injection. See, stem cell injections I already told you why people do them. But let me tell you another thing. They're localized. So let's just say that you have a heart condition that doctors there's nothing they can do about it. And you go and get some type of injection, it's not going to help you with your liver. It's not going to help you with the pain in your knee. It's not going to help you with the pain in your shoulder, but this patch will do that. It is not cost effective. I already told you that, but the patch is cost effective. It's a price of a cup of coffee per day. The injection is not insured. There's no money back guarantee. Well, there's a money back guarantee on this one for at least 90 days if you're one of our customers. And then, like I said, insurance doesn't cover it. Well, insurance doesn't cover this either because it's not it's not medicine. It's not a drug. But guess what? It's so affordable that you will be able to afford it. Now, let me say this. I want to tell you about our company before we go any further, because I want to add some credibility behind what I'm saying. Our company, which is called LifeWave, is a company that started about 20 years ago. And it started when our founder, our CEO, a scientist by the name of David Schmidt, who you will get a chance to meet in a few moments, started out creating his first technology. We call these technologies because once again, they're not drugs. He started out creating this technology as called the energy patch. He did that on behalf of the government so that the Navy SEALs could stay energized for, 36 hours at a time, but no stimulants, no drugs, nothing like that, everything natural. And so it was such a big hit that elite athletes, doctors, prestigious universities caught on to it and started using these patches. And the company for a long time was doing about $20 million a year in revenue up to about 2021. And that's kind of when that's around the time this patch came along. But then in 2022, it skyrocketed to about $320 million. Can you believe that? From one year to the next, it grew from 20 million up to 320 million. What that tells me is something is working. This technology is working because everybody wants to buy it. Guess what? Next year, 2023, we ended the year at 430 million. This year, we're already over 600 million. And it's projected to even go, obviously more than that by the end of the year. So you see, we're on a trajectory of growth, and this screams opportunity, you guys. It's something that you only hear about once in a lifetime. So how is this growth possible? It's because this product is not what you call a Me Too product where everybody can get it anywhere. Like, you can get hair products from Walmart. You can get them from GNC. You can even get them on Amazon. You can get weight loss products and skincare products. Those are products that we call Me Too products that all companies have. And we're part of an industry called the direct sales or network marketing industry, where the company earns their money based on people like you and me sharing it with people we care about. That's all we do. But you can go to any of those types of companies and get these products that I just mentioned, but you cannot go anywhere else and get this technology. Let me elaborate a little bit more on David Smith. Let me just emphasize that he literally is a genius, because who do you know, number one, that has over 180 patents in 20 years? And who do you know that did something that scientists say could never be done? That process that I'm referring to, where the elevation of those copper peptides reactivate our stem cells. They said that no one could do this. Scientists proved years ago, like Dr. Lauren Picard said, nobody can do it. But see, David Schmidt proved them wrong, because he spent 10 years just focused with his 80 case studies so that he can prove that this technology works. And it took him almost $5 million to bring it to market. So you see, we're talking about a person who has character, who is persistent, who is determined, and that's what we know about Mr. David Schmidt. Now, let me tell you something. Once again, this is not a Me Too product. This product is patented, meaning we have exclusive rights. Nobody else can duplicate this for the next 16 years. You see, here's the patent, and when you have a patent, it means it has to be proven. Excuse me. That's why we had the 80 case studies. But I'm reading directly from the patent. It says, a wearable phototherapy apparatus that produces beneficial effects to a human body, such as activation of stem cells, improvement of strength, improvement of stamina, pain relief via non-transdermal container. You see, it says it right here in the patent, you guys. They can't put something in nothing can be patented unless it's proven. And that's why I want to keep repeating and emphasizing that we had over 80 case studies by some of the most proficient doctors in the world. Now, I want to be careful to let you know that these products that we're talking about are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or medical condition. We're simply talking about rebooting your body so that the stem cells that are already there reactivate themselves. Now, let me explain a little bit more about why we start aging and why we start, experiencing all these conditions. It's because by the time we turn to be we get to be around the age of 30, half of our stem cells go dormant. Okay. And by the time we're 60, nearly all of our stem cells are inactive. I mean, there's almost nothing we can do. You see people walking around with canes, it never reverses. We know about people with Alzheimer's and dementia. They just get worse. We're talking about people that begin to get heart disease and diabetes and all these types of ailments by the time they're age 60, because those stem cells, which were designed by God to heal our bodies, but they can't do it anymore. That's why we need this patch. And so stem cells make up the tissues and organs in our bodies. They're the body's intended repair system. So the less and the fewer stem cells that we have in our body, the slower we're going to heal, and the faster we're going to feel the effects of aging. So I want to repeat that we're not talking about saying that our company is intending to diagnose, treat, cure, prevent any disease. These, are medical conditions. We're just rebooting what the body needs to be doing, okay? Now, let me explain how it works. First of all, let me just put it in layman's terms. Have you ever heard that when you go out into the sun, the vitamin D of your body is elevated? Okay, but the sun is not depositing vitamin D in your body. It's simply elevating vitamin D that's already there. That's the same thing with this patch. The patch is not depositing stem cells in your body. The only way you can get stem cells deposited in your body is somebody else's stem cells that go in through an injection. I hope I clarified that earlier, because when you get an injection, that's somebody else's stem cells, like embryos and umbilical cords. This patch is elevating your stem cells, just like your vitamin D is elevated in the sun. So when you put this patch on, let me tell you what happens. In the very center of this patch are something called nanocrystals. You can't even see them because they're so tiny. And what happens, they're made out of crystals, which are created by plants and sugars. Have you ever thought about a chandelier, how when the light hits it, it reflects the light? That's the same thing what happens when you put this patch on. The heat and light of our body reflects off of these crystals. And when that happens, it elevates those copper peptides, reactivating your stem cells. You guys, something phenomenal, something amazing, something profound, miraculous happens. Your stem cells are reactivated. Isn't that amazing? Something that they said nobody can do. But listen, this is not non-transdermal. Is no drugs or chemicals in it. That's why we're not approved by the FDA, even though our laboratories are in an FDA registered laboratory, meaning the FDA has examined us and everything is cool, you guys, but it's not a drug. That's why doctors love recommending them for their patients. That's why elite athletes are allowed to use these patches. Haven't you recently seen, some of those professional tennis players wearing our patches? It's all over social media. And that's because they can't be accused of depositing any type of stimulants in their body. So this is non-invasive. You don't have to worry about it interfering with any medication that you're taking. Here's some of the benefits you might experience. And there's many more than what you see here, but here's just a few. Increased strength. Excuse me, as we get older, we're not as strong as we used to be, are we not? Are we? And then so increased strength is very significant. Reduce inflammation. Anywhere there's pain or discomfort, you better believe there's some inflammation. Energy and vitality, increased stamina, mental clarity. I personally can testify that the mental clarity is for real because, I have a lot of details. Literally, last night I couldn't even go to sleep because I was thinking about all the things I have to do. I'm an interior designer. And so if you know anything about interior design, it's very technical, besides what people think. They think it's just creative, but it's very technical. There's a lot of measurements and a lot of details, a lot of contractors that you deal with, just all this kind of stuff. And I wasn't overwhelmed by it, but I was thinking about what I had to do today. And therefore, I really couldn't sleep. But to be honest with you, I used to get overwhelmed with those projects, but since I've been wearing this patch, my mental clarity is just so clear. It's just amazing, you guys. And then you got your restored muscle and skeletal conditions. As we get older, our skeletons are less dense. Osteoporosis may kick in some instances. So that's very important. Now, here's a chance for me to tell you about the reason my husband and I, this caught our attention, improvement of sleep. First of all, sleep is very important because this is when the body gets a chance to rest and heal itself, right? So it's very important. Anytime somebody says that, oh, I couldn't sleep, they'll let you know they're tired. And I mean, and they're just worn out. And in our case, my husband was snoring really, really bad, like a bear. He also had acid reflux, so he would choke and cough in addition to snoring all night long for 10 years. You better believe that, I mean, it it was terrible. It was terrible. So not only could he not sleep, I couldn't sleep. And so the very first night that we put the patch on, this is what happened. We didn't think we needed it because we said, oh, we're healthy. We don't need that patch. But guess what happened? We put the patch on that night. My husband stopped snoring. He stopped snoring and has never snored since then. And it's November 12th will be 2 years that my husband has not snored. And we have been having sweet dreams ever since, okay? Improved skin appearance. I'm going to share you some visuals in a moment of some people that have experienced some significant improved skin appearance. And that's because that collagen and all that stuff, copper peptides are increasing in our bodies. Once again, I'm going to remind you, we're not trying to say that, we're curing and treating anything. It's just the body is designed to heal itself, remember? So we're rebooting that. Now, let me remember I told you there were over 80 case studies, and you can find these case studies on a website called thisisitinfo.com. This is where we send doctors. So you're going to find doctors' reviews there. You're going to see the case studies themselves. You're going to see the patent. You're going to see some videos, 3 videos, very important, of the inventor himself explaining this patch. Also a doctor who specializes in copper peptides, and then another video on what's the phototherapy and what's that all about. So it's a very important website for you to go and look at. But let me tell you what it showed in the case studies. This is what they discovered. Now, these are real results. In the first few days, over 4,000 genes begin to reset. That just to compare that to what happens when you drink a glass of red wine, something called resveratrol is in red wine. And they say that resveratrol helps the heart, helps you live longer. But guess what? You're only going to get 2 genes to be reset when you drink a glass of red wine. So that's a whole lot of wine you're going to have to drink just to get 4,000 genes. So you see how significant this is to get 4,000 genes to be reset? Within 6 weeks, your brain becomes balanced. Listen, do you know anybody with PTSD, anyone with Alzheimer's, or anyone with autism, anyone depressed, anyone with, I can go on, but that is an indication that this person's brain is unbalanced. And within 6 weeks, they saw those very same conditions I just mentioned go away. Okay. Within 3 months, your collagen is increased. We talked about that and how important your collagen is holding everything together, your bones, your muscles, everything. Within 6 months, the heart reverses in age. Now, they say with this patch, it is said, and this was result in the case studies. Remember, this is 10 years of research. People's hearts started reversing in age. Every 6 months that you wear the patch, your heart reverses 8 years. See, I met a lady here in Atlanta who was, I believe she was about 73 years old, and she had a test called the vascular age test. And at that time, she'd been wearing the patch. Matter of fact, she only lives around the corner from me. I just realized that this lady lives around the corner from me. And she took the vascular age test. And when she took the test, they said, your heart is showing you at 35 years old. They said, there's just no way. Something is wrong with this machine. We need to recalibrate it. Well, she caught their attention and said, well, you don't need to recalibrate the machine because I've been wearing this patch. And every 6 months I wear this patch, it reverses my heart and every other organ in my body by 8 years. In other words, we're reversing our age, you guys. David Schmidt said it. He says this is not anti-aging, this is age reversing. So we're getting ready to be younger and younger and younger. And, that's very, very exciting. Now, how do you wear this patch? It's so simple. All you gotta do is put it on. You can put it on any free on your body and wear it for 12 hours on and take it off in 12 hours. If you start at 8 in the morning, take it off at 8 at night. Well, you see these 2 diagrams. These are the locations they used in the case studies just so they could be consistent. And so when you take the patch off, this is when your body's going to repair and rejuvenate. That's a very simple thing. Throw it away. Why? Because you're going to get 30 of these patches in this beautiful packaging. You don't need to hold on to it. So throw it away and you got another one to put on the next day. And so you want to wear, you only need to wear one at a time, you guys. But here's the catch. You have to drink plenty of water. I know a lot of people are not good at drinking plenty of water, but you got to drink plenty of water for this to work because you're having energy flowing through your body. This is systemic. This is systematic going through your body. Also, toxins are going to be flushed out of your body. And so if you know all of this is about to happen, you want to adapt the habit of drinking plenty of water. Now, you guys, I'm going to stop all this, technical stuff because I'm going to make this really simple for you. This is as you by now you realize this is very sophisticated because no one can even understand how this thing works. I mean, it's just that sophisticated, but I'm going to make it simple because I want to introduce you to some people that can explain their own testimonies. But here's a visual. Remember I said people that had great results with their skin. This gentleman, look, he has a condition called vitiligo. There is no cure for vitiligo, even though they do have things they try to treat it, but there's no cure. Look at his disposition. Look at, all the spots on his face, but look at him, same man, after 3 months, he looks a whole lot different even in 3 months. But look, this is probably about 6 or 9, maybe about 9 months later, same man. He looks like a whole different person. You look at this is the same gentleman. Look at all the area on the chin is still there, but look at him now. In 12 months, 1 year of X39, that vitiligo is gone. We don't know how it happened. It's just that I told you the patch is just is just phenomenal. Here's a gentleman that was almost bald, and look at the thickness of his hair. Look at this gentleman, how thin it was in the scalp, and look at it now. And so it's not just your skin, but the collagen helps with your hair, your nails, all kinds of things. Here's a lady that started on this patch. Look at the area around her lips, her chin area. Look at below the chin on the neck. All of that. She looked like a whole different person. She looked like a
Hello,
young.
there's something wrong with your screen.
Okay. You don't see my screen?
No,
You
no,
don't
I'm
see
a
my
fix.
screen? Has it been like that all the time?
No, it just went out.
Can you see it now?
No, can you reshare?
I'm resharing.
There you go. We got it now.
Okay. So as I was saying, this lady looks like a whole different person. I mean, this is just amazing just from putting this patch on. So what I want to do now, I want to, I'm not sure if my, Derek, can you tell me if Dr. What's this, Dr. Panza showed up? Is Dr. Panza on the line, Derek? Okay. Let me just do this. I'm going to go to someone that I know is on the line. I'm going to go to a friend of mine out of the Atlanta, Georgia area. He has recently had some great things happen to him. And sometimes it is not always in one day. It's not always in the first week. It could be gradual. And every once in a while, he'll call and tell me, what's been going on in his body. So I want him to come on and share with you all as well. Mr. Tyrone Smith. Mr. Tyrone, can you please come on and share your video and tell your testimony?
Sure. I've been with LifeWave now for a little over 3 months. And about a month ago, I had to go to the dentist to have a wisdom tooth taken out. The dentist told me I had to have it removed 2 years ago, but I was being stubborn because I wanted to have a tooth in the back. So when I went back, it was inflamed with infection. So when she removed the tooth, I had 10 stitches in my mouth. And I was in a lot of pain. But that night after getting home, I put the X39 and the Ice Wave patch on. And I just put the Ice Wave patch on for, I guess, about 5 hours. And then I kept the X39 on there. And literally the next morning, the swelling had gone down. And I didn't have any more pain. And 2 weeks later, when I went back to the doctor to have the stitches taken out, they were amazed with the healing process of my gum. And I never had any pain. And later on, I had to have another tooth removed because it broke. It was right beside my wisdom tooth. And that tooth was removed. I guess she took that tooth out in about a minute, after I was numbed. Never had any pain, and my gums just healed. And I've been pretty much a naturopath all my adult life, but I've never seen a product, like the X39 and the patch work the way it does. I mean, it's a phenomenal product, and I have some family members that I share the patch with that are getting, amazing results. So, I mean, I'm impressed, and it made me a believer.
All right, Tyrone, thank you so much for sharing that because I mean, people know that when you get a tooth, wisdom tooth and things like that pulled, you're going to experience some type of pain. And here you are, whatever age you are, you should have experienced some type of pain. So thank you so much. That may have helped somebody to become a believer, Tyrone. And thank you for all you do.
You're welcome.
And so the next person I want to ask to come on is Pastor Sidney Lassiter out of the Virginia area. Pastor Lassiter, are you there? If so, can you share your video and unmute yourself? Okay, let me see what's going on here. I see him on the call.
Trying to share it.
That I hear you. Can you see? Can we see?
Yeah, I can hear you, but I'm trying to share my video. But
yeah, I know you said you had some technical difficulties, but if you can't share your video, we'll just listen to your testimony.
well, it should be on, but I don't know. It kept saying that you have to tell it to let it do.
Oh,
So,
okay, let me see. Let me just see. Let me try to see.
all right, let's see. There it is.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, yeah. So it won't me, but that's all right. Well, my name's Pastor Sidney Lassiter out of Virginia. I was introduced to these X39 patches at a retirement luncheon. And I think it was in August that I started using them. Well, August that I was introduced. And so at that time, I was experiencing some tremendous pain in my back. See, my tooth was all right, but my back was tore up. What happened was I go to the gym 3 to 5 days a week. And so I work out with some friends, and I started lifting weights and different things, and we were going a little heavier. And so I decided also after I finished doing that to come home and cut grass. And so I guess everything got to me. I'm 65 years old. So, being 65, you can't do everything like you could when you're 35. So my back went out. And my back went out so badly from an injury that I had suffered about 20 years ago that I could hardly walk. I had to use a cane. And now here's a guy that's been in the gym for 2 years, doing fine. Now could hardly walk because of the pain. And I hated even going to the restroom, hated getting up out of the bed because it was that difficult for me. So I had gone to the doctor, gotten x-rays. I went to a chiropractic trying to see if he could help. I was using ice, heat, taking Advils, doing whatever I could to try to reduce the pain in my back. And I knew it was inflamed as well, so I was taking turmeric. So I started taking using the X39 patch around the 1st of September. My wife and I both. And so, I said, well, I'm gonna try it. It can't hurt, So I said, let me try this. So I did. And over the next 5 days, I started getting some results. The pain started diminishing. And after 7 days, the pain was gone. I had no more back pain. And it was so unbelievable to me because I'm the one that experienced it. And I said, this is awesome because, excuse me, I was in so much pain until, I mean, it was just, it was tremendous. And so now I don't have any pain. I go to the gym every day, continuously now. I can go out and cut my grass, mow my grass, do whatever I want to do. And I still don't experience that pain that I was having. And it's just been phenomenal for me. And my wife, when she started using it, now she's not here with me right now, but I'm gonna give her a little testimony. She began to sleep a lot better. She said she was having problems sleeping, but ever since she started using X39 patch, her sleep has gotten better. And so, but from my testimony, giving it to other people at the gym and in different places that I've gone to, one young lady decided to purchase something for her mother. And one day we're gonna have her on here to talk because she done told her doctor and everybody, these patches help you to feel so much better. She said, I'm not in any pain anymore. This lady, I'm sure she's a little older than I am because her daughter is closer to my age. So she's probably up in age, in her late 70s, and she is doing great. So we're getting some wonderful results from people that are using these X39 patches. So no, I wasn't a believer when I first started, but I'm a believer now. And I became a believer because I said, I'm gonna try it. It ain't gonna hurt to try. And I tried it and it made me a believer. And now we are X39 patch wearers. Thank you.
Wow. Well, thank you so much, Pastor Lassiter, for sharing that wonderful testimony and touching other people as well. You can stop your video now, and I'm going to keep on going. I had such a great testimony that I wanted to share with you all, but because of the technical difficulties, Dr. Ernie Panza, I'm unable to identify him because he is unable to name himself and all that on the call. So we apologize, but he had a tremendous testimony and maybe we'll get him. But this man that you're looking at, this is Dr. Ernie Pansy. He's 82 years old, but look at him in the gym, you guys. Look at those muscles. So I'm not going to tell his testimony, but he definitely does not look his age, okay? And for a chiropractor to be supportive and using this product and encouraging others, that speaks volume. So thank you, Dr. Ernie, for attempting to be on the call, but maybe we'll get you next time. You guys, all this information that we're talking about, you can learn a lot more about this patch on this website called thisisitinfo.com. And when you pull it up, you're going to see a menu where you can click on testimonies, different types of things that you might be experiencing or people that you know may be experiencing. You just click on that icon or those words, and it'll bring up a recorded video of live people just like you just heard, okay? Now, you know, let's talk about health freedom. You know, these patches are going to free you up from a lot of issues that you're dealing with regarding your health. This X39 can also offer you financial freedom, as you're going to see in a moment, but also it'll give you time freedom to be able to do the things you want to do when and how you want to do them. And so, you know what, I see a person on the call that I was trying to find earlier, Miss Candy Kane. You got to call me because I was looking for you to do a testimony tonight. But anyway, time freedom with this patch. Now, let me just tell you, there is a global business opportunity. Remember on one of the slides, I told you we're in over 75 countries because it's spreading so fast like wildfire over the world. But our company, because of the momentum that we have, we are now the fastest growing home-based business. Just like it says businessforhome.org, that's a website that features companies like ours. We're the fastest growing home-based business in the world. And I told you the kinds of millions of dollars, $600-something million per year that's being generated. So this is not something to sneeze at. This is real, you guys. Now, so what I'm going to do right now is get into the conversation plan. Why? Because I know that, and if you're like me, you're going to be thinking, who do I know that's got a heart condition? You know, that lady's heart was reversed 8 years and she's a whole new person. Who do you know has got, skin conditions that are very debilitating and very embarrassing, like the guy with the vitiligo. Who do you know that, has all kinds of ailments and all kinds of pain, just like you heard the pastor talk about? You can't, if you have any sense of, you know, wanting to help people and change lives, there's no way that you're going to hold on to this information and not share with other people. And see what's going to happen. The company by default is going to reward you for saying, oh, I just told my cousin about it. She's got diabetes. Oh, I just told my mother, my coworker. You're going to get compensated, you guys. So let me tell you how you're going to get compensated. First of all, you can be, if let's say, for example, you went and shared this with somebody at your job and they said, well, yeah, I want to try one of these, this is a 30-day supply. We call it a sleeve. I want to try one of those. And I just want to be a customer. Guess what? The companies, this is your retail profits. This is the first way we get paid. The person that purchases this, they're going to go to your site because you're going to get a website. And they can go to your site and they're going to spend $149.95, but the company is going to pay you $50 immediately and give you 77 points for this person buying this sleeve. But if a person wants to be a customer, yet they want to stay on, because see, you can't just use a pad for 30 days and be through with it. You need to continue to use it so that you can optimize your health. So if a person says they see it and they say, well, I just want to be a customer, but I want to continue to use it, why not get the best price and become a preferred customer, spending $100 a month, and you are going to earn $20 when they spend that money to get those patches, and the company's going to give you 43 points. It's fewer points, but it's less. They're paying less for it, so the company can't pay you the same that they pay over here because it's less money that is put into the investment. You see what I'm saying? So that's called a preferred customer. This means they're going to stay on this product every month. Now, but also there are packages that you can buy where you're going to save money, and I will go over those packages momentarily. But the first package is called the core package, and when somebody purchases the core package, it's going to deposit 180 points into the system and going to pay you $35. And the advanced package is going to deposit 300 points into the system and pay you $75. This is called the product introductory bonus. PIB stands for product introductory bonus. And the third package is called the premium. It's going to give you 745 points, and it's going to pay you immediately $405 for introducing this package to someone. So here's an example of the second way that we get paid. It's called it's called the binary commissions. And that's the second way we get paid. I'll move this out of the way. Here you are. Let's say, for example, you started sharing it with people. And what we're doing ultimately is building two teams. It's called a binary compensation plan because of the fact that we're building two teams, a team on your left, see right there, L, and a team on your right. And here are people that have bought different packages. You shared it with somebody who bought one of those premium packages. When they buy the premium package, it's 745 points, but they put 525 points in the binary the first month. Here's another person that bought one of the advanced packages, another person. So as you can see, these points are generated by people purchasing packages. You may not have even shared it with all of these people. This person right here, obviously, shared it with these two people, and these points fall under you. The person on your right bought one of the advanced packages, and then the person that fell under them purchased a premium pack. This person purchased. So all of these points add up. And on your left side, let's say this week, because we get paid every week, let's say this week, your left side generated 2,130 points, and the right side generated 1,005. When that happens, every time 660 business volume, BV stands for business volume, is generated on one leg, and 330 business volume is generated on the other leg, generates what we call a cycle. And when that combination of points are generated, you earn $50 for that cycle. And in this scenario, if you took this 2130 and divided it by the 660, you're going to get 3 cycles, and the same with the 1,005 divided by 330 on the other side is generating 3 cycles. So 3 times 50, you just made $150. Now this is in addition to what you earned if any of these people that you were the one that shared the package with them. And in other words, if this person right here was, obviously you shared it with this person, you would have made $405. And then maybe if you shared it with this person right here, you made $75. So you're still earning the product introductory bonus, but this is in addition to that. Some of these people are falling under here based on other people sharing it, but you're still getting paid in the binary, because every single person that falls under the left side, all of these people, you're getting the points. So this is a beautiful thing. And then we call it our team. Another word is called our team commission. Now, this is important to know, because as we generate volume in this binary and as our team grows, we continue to reach different levels. And why is this important? Because when you just got started, and maybe you started making money in the binary and you earned $100, that's what you get until you become a manager. Once you become a manager, meaning you've enrolled 2 people on your left who are at least a core member, and 2 people on your right who are at least a core member, you can earn up to $1,500 per week in the binary. Okay. And then when you become a director, you can earn $2,500 a week. And I won't read each level, but as you can see, as the titles go up, the more you can make per week. You can earn up to $25,000 per week in this binary compensation, just the binary alone. You can earn $25,000 per week at the senior presidential level. So this just visually shows you what I mean when I say this is you, and you've introduced a business partner who got the core package, and then you introduced 4 of them, 2 on your left, 2 on your right. Here's the thing: you must be at what we call an advanced pack. That's the one that I will share with you in a moment. But you either have to have the advanced enrollment pack, or you either have to have 300 personal volume lifetime. But what is the significance of this position? Unlimited income potential matching bonuses. That's the significance. That's the significance. All we talk about all day long is let me get you to manager. Let me help you get to manager. Why? Because as a manager, you qualify for matching bonuses. Look at this explanation here. It says that the people that you personally enroll, we call them your first level people, the people you personally enroll. If you're a manager, whatever they earn in the binary, I just gave you an example visually, but whatever they earn in the binary, you get to earn a 25% match. As long as you have 110 points yourself, that means you got at least 2 sleeves of some sort of these products, and then you're a manager. The people they enroll fall on your second level. Whatever they earn in the binary, you get 20%. The people on your third level, whatever they earn in the binary, you get 20% as well. You can imagine. Let me show you what that looks like. Okay, this is you. These people in the yellow area, the gold area, these are the people that are on your first level, the people you personally introduced it to. And these people started earning money in the binary. This person earned $5,000 this week. This person earned $3,000, $6,000, and $3,000. And when you add all those together, down here it says that your first level has generated $17,000 in the binary. Remember, you get 25% of that, and they're not taking it from those individuals. They're giving you the 25% on top of what those people earn, generating you $4,250 just in matching bonuses, you guys. Can you imagine that? Now, the people in the blue, the dark blue area, these are the people, the first level people introduced to the business. And the people in the second level, they are earning $3,000, $2,000, $3,000. You see how that happens? In their own binary. That adds up to $23,500 this week, and you're getting 20% of that. That means you're earning $4,700 just on the people on your second level alone. Trust me, these numbers are realistic. There are a lot of people earning these kinds of thousands of dollars per week in the binary. Okay. The third level, the kind of mint green color, that's your third level. That's the people, the blue people introduced it to. And that totals $38,000 worth of, because there's more people. See, there's more people down there on the third and the fourth and the fifth level. It's going to be thousands of people one day if you're consistent and you follow the system, because we're going to show you how to do it. On your third level, $38,000 in volume, you get 20% of that, or $7,600. You guys, this is a beautiful thing, and I hope you understood this example. That's what we mean by matching bonuses. You can enroll as many people as you want. Doesn't matter. You can enroll 100 people and it'll keep duplicating and you are getting matching bonuses. Now, that's how a lot of people, you know, over time, all those people keep coming in. And then you become all that volume generates. That's how you get to be a senior director and senior presidential director. And when that happens, that's when you can earn up to that $25,000 a week per week. Now, we do know people doing that. So the website you want to look at to get more clarification on what I just showed you on the comp plan is thisisitteam.com. Everything you need to know about our system. And of course, we're going to hold your hand and make sure if you want to make this kind of money, we work together, as you can see, and we're going to help you do it. This is just one of the tools that we have. We use these cards where when you leave home, you take them with you and you put some of these patches inside. So you have a beautiful packaging, little size of a postcard. And you take those with you and then you run into someone or you go to one of your friend's house or whatever and say, I'm going to patch you, you know, or say something, you know, give these patches out. The more patches you share or apply to people or on their, you know, on their back of their neck or whatever, the more people you patch, the more money you're going to make. You know, it's a numbers game. Think about this. You just heard those testimonies. I mean, I've literally been in the presence of a lady who could not even hear, and I didn't even know she couldn't hear, but I had done a full presentation at a spa, and after I finished, she walked up to me and says, can you tell me what the patch does? And I was surprised because I had just done a full presentation. I said, why don't I just patch you? I put the patch on the back of her neck, and about 15 minutes later, the lady screamed. And we looked at her like, what is wrong with this lady? She said, excuse me, she said, I can hear. I can hear. And she said she had not been able to hear for 15 years because of tinnitus, the ringing in her ear. She could not hear, but the patch opened up her ears. Do you see why you got to patch people? Because you never know what they're going through. And so you take these envelopes with you every single day and put 3 patches in there. And when you find someone or you run into someone that you start a conversation with and ask them, what do they know about stem cell technology? And you tell them all about it, they're gonna be, you put that patch on there, you never know what's gonna happen. Now, I know you're anxious to get started on this patch. So let me just let you know. We have the different packages that I told you about. And this form right here, someone can text you or email you this form because it is going to capture your personal information like your name, address. We got to know where to send the patches. We got to know how you're going to pay for them. We got to know how you want your website set up, like the name of your website and the password. Just all of that all you got to do is check what you want on this and we will get it in the system for you. Now, the core pack, what we talked about, is the one that is the first one. It costs these packages are for people who want to earn money, who want to be in a binary. You cannot be in the binary if you're a customer, but you can be in the binary if you get one of these packages. See, think about this. The core pack, you're still paying about $99 a sleeve, just like the person who was the preferred customer. The difference is you're getting 3 and you're on, you're getting 3, but you're also getting to be in the binary. So the core pack is $295, gives you 3 sleeves of the X39. That's good for people that may be married and they just want to try it out and maybe want to share it with a few people. But then the advanced pack is for $535, where you're going to get 6 sleeves. So you can see it's only costs you an extra $35 to get a whole nother sleeve, and you're going to get 300 points. And remember with those points, remember I told you about the points and how they hit the binary. All of these packages have points, and as people fall into your organization and buy these packages, these points are going to fall in the system, which translates into money. The person who is really, really serious about this is the person who gets the premium pack. That's the package my husband and I got. Why? Because we saw the vision. We knew that the more people we help, this is going to be a better world. But the more people we help, we're going to make money too. But that was not our original motive. Our original motive was to get it to as many people as we could. We could not get it to as many people as we wanted to with just 5 sleeves. So we had 25 couples I'm talking about. We gave 10. We didn't know any better. We was giving them 10 patches. And so you get 20 sleeves. That's enough for you and those people. Let's elaborate a little bit more. Let's use, I've already explained to you what the packages do. But here's one thing I want to clarify. When you get that premium pack, it's going to, you remember I told you they're going to put 525 points into the binary, but for 2 more months, they're going to deposit another 110 points so that you stay on an auto ship. That's a monthly subscription. Why is that important? Remember, in the binary, the way you earn money is you have to have your own personal points, and you're not going to make any money if the people who also are on your team do not generate points. That's why it's important for all of us to adhere to the monthly subscription. Number one, with 1 sleeve, which is $99, it only allows you to keep your points, and you can make $100. Remember, I shared that with you, $100 a week. But if you get the 2 sleeves, if you're married, you want to be on the patch. You want your husband or you want your spouse to be on the patch, but really, you really want a whole nother 30-day supply so that when you go out, you can pass those envelopes out. This is business that we're talking about, and that's why we said this is for the serious entrepreneur. Entrepreneur means business. That's what it means. It means business-minded people. So you can max out that comp plan with you if you go ahead and get those 2 sleeves, okay? And so that's why the auto ship is very important. Now listen, this page right here is just all the calls. We have calls almost every single day. And I want to let you know that we're on a call right now, but in just about another hour and 10 minutes, another call just like this. We call it our West Coast expansion call. So if you know anyone on the West Coast, or if you're on the West Coast and you want to get another sneak peek of, another thorough explanation of this, Mr. Lester Berry, Executive Director, Mr. Lester Berry, is going to be presenting at 10 o'clock Eastern. So the same code that you're on now, it came on at 8 o'clock Eastern, it's coming on again at 10. And so if you go, look at this schedule right here, take a screenshot of it. But there's a site I want to direct you to called digitalalliance101.com, digitalalliance101.com. All you have to do is go to that site, click on Zoom events, and any day of the week that you want to get on a Zoom or send someone to a Zoom, all you got to do is go, and it will show you with the code and everything. Because there's calls that we do, like tomorrow night, it's a whole different code. So you got to pay attention to what you're looking at. You guys, this event that I'm going to tell you about right now called Rise Up, this is an event that our upline leaders do every year in January. And some of us are going to be going to a very nice place in Las Vegas to do a full virtual presentation so that all of the people on our team can stay at home and watch it, do watch parties and learn. But you're going to be learning from the top people in the company. So go ahead and reserve your virtual seat, okay, for $150, because the price will go up. I don't know when it's going to go up, but $155. But you can invite 5 or 10 of your teammates over and you all can watch it together. Go to thisisitconvention.com/rise up. That link is also on thisisitteam.com, the site that I told you where you can learn all you want. But listen, you guys, the time is now for you to make your move. Remember I told you about our company being the fastest growing company in the world? That simply means there's a lot of momentum. That means people are joining that and falling in that binary left and right. You want to go ahead and get, if you're serious about your dreams, trust me, this is where you want to be. Get yourself positioned, tell the person that invited you to the call to send you that form so you can get signed up. So there is hope for your future, you guys. And we know that if you get started with X39, it's going to happen. Listen, I've had a plum pleasing pleasure helping and sharing this information with you all tonight. Thank you so much for your time, and we will see you soon.